All right, welcome. We're having our Friday night meeting. Go to Stunt Hangar at the bench. Wait a minute. Oh, participants. Invite. Copy invitation. Okay, well, I got me in here. Go here. Go to Stunt Hangar at the bench. And the link will be in there. Let's see. New topic. Friday night. Control V. Paste. Post. All right, the link is up on Stunt Hangar, and it looks like we're up and rolling. Let me check this out again. Darn this thing. Check this out. I need to restart this thing, but I need my videos. Live. Takes a minute to get up and rolling, but next. And none of the above. Submit. And this gets turned on. We'll save. And go into Studio. And we'll edit. Position. Save. All right, we got 9 viewers. Sorry it's taking me so long, but it's just the way it goes. Okay, well, tonight is going on. I'm going to sit and mold up another tank. I've got this one ready to be put together. These are my carbon fiber tanks that I make. Aluminum tube. They weigh 1 ounce. Ounce and a tenth or whatever. There comes Gary Sinclair. Your mic is muted, Gary, and your camera is turned off. I've got a black screen.
Yeah, it says the content of this meeting is being sent to a third party. I just reading my note there.
Yeah, well, turn on your camera.
So I don't know what that is. Okay.
That's Zoom.
There we are. Oh, is that it? All right.
Yeah. Anyway, I figured tonight, while we're Zooming, I'm going to make another tank. Maybe lay up a landing gear or two before Brodax.
Yeah, it's neat the way you got your landing gear because you can switch them out or whatever you want to do with them.
I'm still working on the bell crank replacement. I don't have any tube for bushing material, so kind of hung up on that.
So what really happened to it? I didn't.
The arm that the push rod goes in on the
Yeah.
bell crank just broke off.
Well, hmm. Okay.
I mean, I wasn't pulling the controls or nothing. It just broke off. I couldn't believe it when I said, well, shit, it's disconnected.
Oh,
I looked in there and the push rod ain't hooked up. Well, I know I put a washer on it and soldered it. And sure enough, we just busted off.
That's scary, isn't it?
Real scary because I could have
Yeah.
lost the motor. That would have been a disaster. Would have been a disaster. I wonder how many people we'll have tonight.
I don't know.
You been getting any scam phone calls and scam emails? I mean,
No,
since
not
after
bad.
the first of the year, it's like quadrupled. It's like 16 to 20 a day.
Dude,
So that all that does is make it impossible for my friends to get a hold of me because I
yeah,
just turn the phone off. You have to leave a message now. What are you doing?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, I was going to tell you that if something happens that you don't get my payment, I'm changing, taking the name off my checkbook and stuff, and got PayPal to change. So if something happens that don't get done in time, well, I'll get back on and give it to you later then. So
Yeah, no big deal.
you'll be getting it. There's just there might be a break in the action here for a minute.
What did somebody scam you and you had to change your bank account?
No, because we're taking my wife's off my checking account, and she's the one that had the other account. So since she's gone, we got to resolve that one and start another one. Was it windy there today?
I don't know. I ain't been outside.
And yeah, pretty day here. A little windy here this afternoon, but
I'm gonna need some end cap stuff.
so what happened to the other tank? Did you need another one?
I'm just making them to sell.
Just oh, okay.
I'm gonna put the end caps on this tonight, and I mix up 50 grams of resin, and there's some left over when I make a tank. So instead of mixing a little, we'll just mix 50 grand, make it 50 grams, and make a tank, and use the excess for the end caps.
Yeah.
Trying to save material. That's just too damn expensive to throw out.
Hey, there we are. Sneeze coming. Hi, Steve.
Hello, Gary.
So when are you coming over, Steve? Sunday?
Uh, Tomorrow, if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Still want me to call you in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. You still working on tanks?
Yeah. You make another one.
Ah, okay. How many can you make at once?
One.
Just one. Oh, okay.
I only have one mold. Just one. There we go. Well, I wonder how many we'll have in tonight.
I don't know. How many did you have last Friday?
I don't know. That's right. You don't normally play, come in on Friday, right?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not Elf Lord tonight.
Yeah. You're not. What happened?
Yeah, a game got called.
Oh,
A couple people have real life things they got to deal with. One guy's wife is in the hospital having surgery, and another guy is a pastor, and he's got a parishioner that got in the hospital or something, so he had to visit that person.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a bunch of these to Brodax with me. Try to help
Oh, okay.
pay for the trip.
Yeah, there you go.
Try to take some tanks, props, and bell cranks.
Yeah. So did you get the email from what's his name? David Whitney
No,
about Booter Park?
no, what happened with it?
Well, first one we got said $6 a day. You had to get a day pass.
Yeah,
And then he followed it up the next day with well, you can get a season pass for $90.
yeah. When does that take effect?
Apparently immediately.
It ain't
Even though
happening.
it took them even though it took them a year and a half to get around to it.
Ain't happening. What are they gonna do? Throw me in jail?
I don't know. I don't know. Uh, you're supposed to get something to put in your window of your car while you're out there. You put it on your dash, and the ranger's supposed to be checking that. Of course, I don't know if they really are going to or not. I imagine the rangers are not too happy about having another task added to their list of things to do.
Well, like I say, I don't think it's gonna happen. Are you gonna play, get one?
Yeah, I think I will.
Where are you supposed to get it from?
There's a form that you have to submit in the email. You want me to forward that to you?
Yeah, let's see it. How would, well, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. There's a form that you have to submit in the email. Well, let's say you never go out there and you don't know that this email even exists. How are they going to enforce this?
No, there's a form in the email that you print out, fill out, and send in.
Listen to what I'm saying. What happens if you don't? I didn't get no email. I wouldn't know anything about it. How
Are
would you
you? Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know why you're not on the that mailing list.
know? Well, why would I be?
Well, it's the Glisma mailing list.
I don't belong to Glisman.
Let's see. Who did you send that to?
That would be a pretty hard thing to enforce.
Yeah.
I just
All
don't
right.
see it.
Forward.
What would that go for? Mowing or something?
It's a county park, and they're just they're just looking
Trying to
for
get
another
money like,
revenue stream.
yeah, trying to get money like the rest, everybody else.
That's right. Okay, I
Hmm.
forwarded it to you.
What did Mark say he's gonna do?
Um, I don't know if I've talked to him about it. I'm surprised Dan McEntee hasn't gone off on
I'm sure he will.
it.
Let's see, the guy parks in the handicap spot with no handicap plates.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna play. And I can't blame him because your taxes should handle all that shit. They they get enough from you as is. And they don't even own it anyway. And that was donated for model airplane use by Lydia Booter. I wish Big Art Schaefer was still alive. Of course, he wouldn't do anything for us anyway, though, probably. Well, I guess maybe last Friday we had a pretty good crowd. I mean, I don't know. If they don't show up, they don't show up.
yeah.
Okay.
Come on, gang. Come on in.
Are you watching the YouTube channel? The chat?
I got the chat on. But Daryl Berry Sports says highlights.
Yo,
Yeah,
That's it, huh?
yeah. So
yo. Okay, so let's do one more coat of pre-coat or this chem lease.
well, Steve, how you coming on your airplane?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Uh, well, I haven't been over there in a few days again. Well, I'm going over tomorrow. Get some more of the trim, I think, on it.
I'll have
Not
to go
re-
out. I'll have to go out tomorrow and get some paper towels. I've used all your towels.
Uh-oh.
I'll have other gloves. Oh, they're there. It don't take long to use them towels. They just suck it up.
Yeah.
Lisa Roy says, hello, everybody.
Who says it?
Lisa Royce,
Wayne.
Wayne, that Wayne. Light given.
That'd be Wayne.
That's Wayne.
Well, Dan, if you're watching, that's how much chem lease I got left. Like nothing. Now this shit here is ridiculous. $350 a gallon.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
How many tanks can you get out of a gallon?
I don't know. I got this as a sample from Danny
Oh, okay.
and just started using it. And he gave me about an inch in the bottom of this can, and I pulled one tank so far. I'm just, supposed to be able to do 3 or 4, but I just don't want any catastrophic lockup. So I'm just going to put
Yeah.
one coat of this stuff on here. It's got 5 coats on it now, but we'll put one coat on it just to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't really have to use this. I can use Partol, but this stuff is, I mean, it's slick. It's really slick.
Better than the other stuff you were using?
Oh yeah.
Ben R says, how will visitors to the field be handled for the contest?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to, supposedly, the club will have to get it's not a permit. I don't know what they call it, but I think we have to pay $100 per day for the event.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sounds like a money grab to me.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to look for an alternative flying site.
Well, if you want to pay $100, there's there's an RC club that's got a space for us. We've uh, Esteban and I checked it out. It's not prepped quite right now, but if we join, they'll get it set up for us. They'll mow it and roll it and make I mean, it's going to be grass, but it'll be cut correctly and rolled out.
Where is it?
St. Charles County. If you go out 364 page,
Yeah,
uh, it's the first exit over the bridge, over the river.
that's even farther than Butter Park for me.
Yeah, yeah. It's about the same, I guess, for me. Um, it'd be a lot closer for Mark Hughes, and I guess Dan be the same for Dan and I guess, if he doesn't live that far from me.
Well, maybe I'll go over to Illinois and see about Boot Scoot and Boogie again.
Oh, that's gone.
Yeah, I know, but
That whole area was torn down and rebuilt into office and light industrial space.
maybe I'll go talk to the drag strip, see if we can fly in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. In Granite City?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a little further too, but
Free. It would be free.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Let's see here. View. Immersive. Let's see that. 11. There we are. Did you see Paul Taylor's post?
No. Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, put it in the
Yeah.
peanut gallery.
Bleachers.
Yeah.
We're waiting on the flying to start.
Come on.
Someone was doing that last time we was on, I think.
What?
Putting us in bleachers and putting us in different
Yeah, I did.
layouts.
I
You
did
did,
the last.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you did it last time. Okay.
yeah. Oh, shoot. There we go. So hard for me to see all the way across the room.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay. I guess this is not very good. Immersive.
I think my daughter, where she works, they use Microsoft, whatever Microsoft is, and they have a format like this.
Roy Lane says, good evening, guys.
Good evening. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we get the big easy chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
And we'll just put it in gallery.
Looks like he says, I am on a road trip. Light given as always. We'll be with you Monday.
All righty. Who was that?
Roy Lane.
There we are. Go to gallery. Stop immersive, yes. All right, enough monkeying around.
Nope, back to the usual.
Anyway, I guess if nobody wants to play, we could end it at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah. If we get nobody else, we might as well. Bob, tomorrow is Saturday, and my wife's got a online class that she's taking. I can stay later if you're okay with it.
Tomorrow's the first, right?
Oh, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that kind of all depends on what Chris needs to do.
Oh, is that the shopping day?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll call you in the morning.
Sometimes it's a third, sometimes, I know it by the third we'll be shopping.
Yeah.
Because we went shopping yesterday. She went shopping today. By the third, she'll had some more shopping. Got to shopping. As you can tell, I'm
Yeah.
not hurting.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not hurting in the meal
No.
department, huh? Neither am I.
No, I'm not.
Oh, Trump's making English the official language.
It's about time. So I saw that and somebody was complaining. Well, that won't do anything. What do you mean? It'll save millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Millions of dollars, maybe billions. We won't have to have any more stupid driver's license tests in English, Spanish, French, and whatever. And save on the printing on that and all the rest of the instructions and all that shit. So then you're going to save on and signs and don't do, the baño. You don't have to print all. Learn English. You want to be here? Learn English. I think it's great.
So where it started out, and then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe before you could even get in this country, you had to speak English.
That I don't know.
You had to have a way to support yourself and be able to speak English.
There's John Miller.
What's up, John?
How you doing, guys?
Raise the
Good.
camera. We're looking at your belly.
Is that right?
Oh.
Now you're looking at my cat's ass. My goodness.
Yeah.
Cat knocked the camera off the desk, completely
Oh
behind the
no.
desk
There
with
you
his
go.
tail. I just got it back up. Still
Gotta
down
go
my
up.
belly, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh,
There you go.
there we go. How y'all doing today?
All right.
Doing all right.
Good.
Excellent. Here. Well, any major events like maiden flights or anything out during the week?
Well, I had a catastrophe with my Viper profile.
Yeah,
No.
what actually happened? You weren't flying it. How
Nope.
did you find out it broke that the bell crank broke?
When you pull the lines and the flaps don't move, something happened.
Oh,
I
so you
looked
were
in.
just checking it out and it was broke.
Yep. So I
Did
looked
the
in.
elevator move?
No, it won't move nothing. So I looked inside and saw that the horn that the wire went through the end had broke off. That was a SIG bell crank.
Hmm. You
Oh,
did fly it once.
Yes.
I wonder if it broke
No.
like when you landed or something.
No. I didn't have any bouncing landing.
So it just broke when you wiggled the controls,
That's it.
or did it break hanging there?
It never hung on the lead outs. It just broke when I was moving them.
Ah, wow.
It's a good
Well, I guess
thing I never saw. I never saw
yeah,
one. In all the times I've been built, I never saw one break like that.
must have been a flaw in the mold or something.
I wouldn't say in the mold, probably in the mix when they poured it.
Or the stuff, whatever they made it out of.
That would have been a catastrophe if I wouldn't have found that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir, indeed.
That's a brand new Brian Gardner G2146 on that
Hmm.
airplane. And
Oh, gee.
the pavement eats them up.
Oh, yeah.
So I cut a big hole in the bottom and I'm doing surgery on it.
I got a bunch to do surgery on. Went in and looked at my shop. Since I haven't been building anything for a year or two, it's just collected stuff and I hardly walk through there now. So first thing I got to do is find a place to put everything, clean it all up and get it ready to work. I'll get that done just in time for me to not work in it because it's flying weather.
You got anything to fly? Or are they all tore up?
Well, actually, I do. I've got that SV11 I can fly. The rest of them, I think in that pile over there, there's probably out of the 6 or 7 airplanes that are there, about half of them are okay. The big Flight Street Twin is okay, except for some split monocoque, but that's split because it's old. Hey, you knock it off or you go outside.
Mhm.
Okay, cool it. You want up here? Come here. Come on. There, see everybody? See him? Okay, now you happy? His favorite spot, right there.
Oh well. Oh well, close enough.
What's you making there, lunch?
Yeah. Lunch, yep.
Well, John, you doing any CAD work?
No, I screwed up and I didn't write my password down to open
Um,
up, to go back into my CAD program. And I can't remember it, and I screwed up retrieving it. So now I got to go back to where I got it from and work with their technicians to get it so I can get the program back up so I can use it. Stupidity or just not thinking, one of the two. Maybe it's just getting old. Maybe I should quit. I did send off some plans to Gordy's Tony, the KI-61 Tony, uh, to a fella that's in the club up in Salt Lake. Good builder, good flyer. You may have heard him, Paige Peterson. And he says he probably won't be building it until next building season, but he wanted to study the plans.
Norm Whittle's still up there?
Norm Whittle, as far as I know, still lives up there, but we never see him. He's strictly flying RC now, as far as I know.
Mm.
He's a good builder, boy, I tell you, and he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he used to live here in St. Louis.
Did he?
Yep.
He used to live in LA County too when he was a
Yep.
kid. Right down around, not far from where we lived. And what's the scale guy there in St. Louis?
What's that?
The
Fred
scale
Cronin.
guy. What?
Oh, Fred?
Yeah, Fred Cronin. What? Yeah, he used to live in Southern California too. At one time.
The good thing I caught this. I got this mixture all screwed up.
Uh-oh.
I had it set to ounces instead of grams.
Uh-oh.
Try again.
Making a whole lot more than you needed, huh?
So your CAD program then's not connected to the internet.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's all
On my machine.
self-contained.
Yeah, I prefer it that way.
I was gonna say sometimes you can just write in there, forgot the password, and then they'll send it to you.
Yeah. Well, I had trouble when I first put the program in, and I set up like 3 different accounts because I kept saying set up an account. Well, the instructions for setting it up were kind of confusing, and when I finally figured it out, the account was already set up. I just had to type in what they had for me there, and that would set up the account. So I have like 4 accounts at AutoCAD. And so when I had to bring up my password, I couldn't bring it up. So I went in to retrieve it. I went into one of the accounts that I set up. Well, I should have stayed in the account I was in because that was the account, but I didn't know. I didn't remember. That was the account that it was in. That was the one that it had been running in. And so anyway, I changed over, but I
Hold
don't
on,
remember
guys.
what
Hold on a second, John. I'll be right back, guys. So watch
right.
the thing. I gotta take this outside.
So are you watching his mold or what?
No, go ahead. Just keep talking.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
So I didn't write down the account that it was actually in. And so I wound up put in one of the accounts that I'd established, got the password that was saved in my password account, put it in there, and it says it's the wrong password. And now I can't remember the actual account, and that's my problem. I need to get the actual account that it was set up in, and then I can, if I can't remember the password or I can't bring up the password, I can at least have it set me up so I can set up a new password. But I have to be in that account, and that's the problem.
Hmm.
So, and that's AutoCAD, okay? So And
And
worst comes to worst, I might have to just dump that program and order another one. One of the problems I have, like a couple of guys here want some plans. Well, I don't have PDFs of them and I have to have the CAD program, bring it in and run it through the print and print it to the PDF program, the one that makes the PDF out of the DWG file. And without the DWG or the AutoCAD or the CAD program there, I can't print. So it leaves me high and dry. I've got the drawings there, but they're all in DWG form. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but you just can't get here from there without the CAD program in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
so you don't actually have the software with you then on a CD or anything?
I don't have it on CD. I have it. I have it on in memory on the computer. See, if it's, I actually did buy the AutoCAD. AutoCAD's very expensive, but there's a company in England that has bought up legal programs that are not being used anymore. You know, company will have like 500 or 100 chairs or 100 spots, programs that they can set up, for like big company for their drafting department. And they switch over to the next higher version after 4 or 5 years. Well, that they still own that program that they're switching from, and so they buy them from them, and then they sell them, and they're totally legal programs. I was amazed, but you get them. I can get them. I can get it at a really reasonable price. So,
How
and
about
then,
Octave or FreeCAD or any of these other things?
well, I've got FreeCAD on here, and it's just different enough. I don't want to have to go through the learning program to learn how to operate that one. The one closest to what I was trained in is draft site, and the problem with that is when I first started with them, it was $100 a year to lease the program, and then went to $200 a year. And I said, okay, see, and I'm not really making any money off it, so it comes out of my budget. And this year, come in at $350 a year. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I liked their program. I liked the way it worked, and it was almost identical to the AutoCAD program, which is what I was trained in. So I just passed on it when I found this other one. I said, "Oh, there you go. I can get the program I'm trained in for 1/5 or actually more than that but for like 1/10 of what draft site wants to charge me, and it's mine as long as I want it, you know. And so get rid of the yearly lease program.
Yeah, sweater.
And the way I deal with people is I really don't I really don't put a price on the plans. I tell them, you pay me what it's worth to you. But there's a few people that I don't, I look at what they pay for plans if they went to the AMA plan site or to flying model plan site, you know, and the equivalent of that or a little less would be fine with me. But a lot of people apparently don't think it's worth anything. So
Oh, kind of like Stunt Hangar.
yeah, kind of like that, yeah.
Mhm.
And so when it costs me a couple $100 a year or $350 a year, and I'm not making any income on it to at least pay for that, it I can't stay doing it very long.
They don't think that. do they? They think you're
No.
making a fortune, so that's why they want
Right,
some.
right.
Mm.
There are some people out there that are very good about it, and they're very fair. I mean, they basically the way I look at it is if you took what you could buy a set of plans like for the AMA service, and say it's 3 sheets, and it costs you say $5 a sheet to take the file that you get from me and take it down. That's $15. Okay, and if you're paying $25 for the set of three plans, that drop me $10. I'm happy. You know, it's not costing you any more. And the nice thing is you got the file. You can make yourself another set of plans anytime you want.
Yeah.
You gotta
And-
make them like my Viper. They're $40. Like it, buy them. If you don't, that's fine too.
Yep. Yep. What you making there, Spiky?
Fuel tank.
Oh, okay.
Forgot to clip back the tailings. I'll have to see if I can do it when I roll it around.
Now is that Kevlar you're putting on there now, or just fiberglass?
Fiberglass.
Okay.
The one layer of carbon, one layer of fiberglass. By the time I roll this thing like a cigar, or whatever, it ends up 8 layers thick.
Oh, cool.
I'd
That's
stop and
pretty
show
fun.
you one, but I got to keep going.
I understand. Well, just watch. That should be pretty darn strong, almost bulletproof.
It's like they're like steel.
Yeah.
You know,
How's the weight come out of it? About one half or 1/10 of what is it?
1 ounce and 1/10, so 30 grams.
That's not bad at all.
Great
Yeah.
compared to a metal tank of the
Yeah.
same size.
So Bob, you haven't weighed in on this thread on Stunt Hangar
About weight,
about weight.
yeah.
Uh,
And boys will never learn, so they can argue amongst themselves.
yeah, that's what they're doing. Oh man.
Smartest man on the planet's on there. Weight don't matter. Okay, keep building them lumber wagons. Okay.
Did you see Ken Culbertson's where he put the pictures of his twin with the canard in his post? And
On
I swear,
Facebook?
no, it's on
Oh,
Stunt
it's
Hangar.
on Stunt Hangar?
Yeah, it's in the building threads.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you look at that view of that, and it looks like a hammerhead shark. So I told him, I said, it reminds me of a hammerhead shark, and he said, yeah, I considered after being at the world and seeing all the sharks, but this doesn't look like anything like a shark. And I said, well, it could be a derivative of a Shark 45. When you go to that, look at that, you'll say, dang, it does look like a hammerhead shark.
What forum? Or which?
It's on Stunt Hangar. It's on
Yeah.
the building forum.
Building forum?
Yeah. Let's see if I can tell you exactly what the name of the forum is.
Building techniques?
That's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. And it's called what does he call it? Endgame 4, I think it is.
Yeah.
Now, what did you use on your green paper there to keep from getting the epoxy from getting through and getting all over your desk there?
Monocoat is what that is.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Scrap of monocoat.
Can you hear that little dog groaning?
Hmm.
My ears are ringing again. That means my blood pressure's getting up.
Mm.
But I can't stop. I gotta finish this up.
Oh yeah, you stop, you'll lose it all.
I'm gonna unroll this. It didn't come out quite right. Yeah.
You trying to make me feel sorry for you or something?
Yep, that's what he's trying to do.
Oh, the big sad eyes. Oh my God. He's pulling them all on me, man. You're so fat, I can't believe it. You're worse than me. Yeah, you're fatter than I am.
That the cat?
No, it's the dog.
That's the dog, yeah.
Anytime I sit down, my lap is his. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Is there a lot of fumes to that sparking?
No.
No.
What kind of what brand of epoxy are you using?
Epon 862 with Teta. Try it to tetramine.
Okay, that's the stuff that is more resistant to our fuel.
Yep.
Okay.
I might have screwed this one up though.
You just wrap that around the form, huh?
Yep. I guess not.
You need another hand.
No, I just need to pay attention to what I'm doing instead of trying to talk and
Okay, I won't bug you.
John, when's the last time you actually went flying?
Uh, well, I went to go flying 2 years ago, and I had problems, and so I didn't get to fly. I went to the Las Vegas contest,
Oh, okay.
and I had a problem with power plants. So
Oh,
so now I figure I've got everything runs now. Got that straightened out. You know that I was going to take. I screwed up and crushed one of the airplanes I was going to fly.
hmm.
But I still have the SV11 ARF, but I haven't flown it yet. It's still unflown.
It's all put together, ready to go?
Yeah, it looks like a piece. I found out something. I used to be a pretty good builder, fairly decent. At least they didn't look that bad. But they weren't front row airplanes, but they didn't look like anyway. Now with the damage to my hands since the accident I had,
Yeah.
even the SV11 ARF looks like shit.
Hmm. So did you lose some control in your hand or?
Well, look at my fingers.
Oh, they're all locked up like that?
Yeah, and in most of my fingers, I have no feeling.
how many
Hmm.
volts was that?
Well, somebody told me it's 440,
440,000 or 440, period.
440, but somebody else told me it's 14,000.
That's
I
more
don't know,
like
whatever the voltage is that comes from the transformer to your house. That's what it was.
that's only 220 transformer to your house. But if you touch the main power, that's 14,000 or you know,
Yeah,
And that's what caused your hand to do that? Was that electrical shock?
About burn them up.
burns up
Wow.
your nerves.
Oh
I mean,
man.
it only hurt. It only hurt for about maybe 10 seconds, and after that, there was no feeling.
No feeling at all.
Lucky to
No.
be alive.
Yeah,
I
it
am.
sounds
Yeah,
like it.
I am.
Yeah.
And see, I was on my knees, so my knees got all burned.
Mm.
My feet got burned
Yeah.
because that's where I grounded out on the metal roof. And yeah, you can see where I got burns on my skin and that. You can see where the electricity went and came in and went in, came out. You know, you
Wow.
look at this wrist here.
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
what were you? I never heard the story, John. What were you doing?
Oh, okay. I'm a ham radio operator. All right.
Okay.
And I was going to put up a new antenna, and a friend of mine
Mm.
was going to come and help me. And I'm there, and it's like half an hour late, and he's still not there, and I got impatient.
Oh,
And
okay.
I said I'd put it up myself. Now I knew I was close to that service wire, but I figured, well, with two of us, it was no problem handling it because a little breeze or something coming didn't get me off, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I'm up on the roof on my knees, so I don't have quite the leverage that you'd have if you're standing on the ground on your feet, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting it up, and coming back by that service line, and oh, it felt a little breeze, and I looked back, and just in time to see it arc as it hit.
Ooh.
And the first thing that happened, it cuts off your ocular nerve. You can't see a thing. It's white, just white. You can hear everything, you know, feel the wind, all that. But you know, I wasn't fighting it. I just because in 10 seconds there was no pain, you know. So I didn't fight or jerk or anything. You know, like see in the movies, you know.
Yeah. No,
That didn't happen.
that didn't happen.
No. I imagine it happens to somebody if they're really scared or something, but I figured if I fought it, it might just make it worse, you know.
Mm.
But on the other side of the coin too, it shut off my ability to move. So I was kind of like locked in place. I couldn't let go.
Yeah.
So
So how'd you get out of it?
uh, it's an interesting story. Uh, I was there, I don't know how long I was there. I was there long enough to burn my flesh on my kneecap down to the bone.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was there, and that might have just been 20 seconds. I don't know. You know, seemed like forever that I was there. You know, puppy, you got to get out. Come on, you get out. And so anyway, this is going to sound strange if you're not a religious person, but towards the end there, I was just ready to settle in. You know, I just, you know, this is it. You know, and I mean, I was seeing people. I was seeing things. You know, like like I'd gone through that white tunnel. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I made my decision that it was so comfortable that I was just going to stay there. You know, and this guy walked up to me and he said, "John, you don't have to die today." I said, "What can I do? I can't move." And he says, "Well, can you move your hips?" And I did that. And I said, "Yeah, I can move my hips." He said, "Well, when you're ready, throw your hip as hard as you can to your left." And I said, "To my left, there's about 10.5 feet above concrete,"
Mm.
you know, and inferring that if I did that, I was going to die when I hit the concrete. And he just looked at me and smiled because it was absurd. I was going to die if I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just took me, as soon as I saw him smile, I realized, yeah, you know, I was either going to die this way or I could die that way. But the one way I had a slightly better chance of surviving. So I got ready and I threw my left hip as hard as I could to to the left. And, excuse me. And sure enough, I fell off the roof. I still had hold of that pole. I couldn't let go of it.
Mm.
And so this pole was sliding, and I was riding the pole down. And the pole was hot enough that it bent, you know, and stayed bent. And all of a sudden, bang! I hit the ground. And as soon as I hit the ground, I could see it was like somebody turned a switch on. I could see.
Mm-hmm.
I could. I looked around, you know, and this is the funny part. It's almost like in a cartoon. There was a big full-length mirror I'd taken out of the bathroom, and I put it against the back porch there. I was trying to figure out what to do with it. And I'm sitting there, and I'm on my side like this. My body's still all contorted up, like I was still on my knees holding that pipe, you know, because my muscles hadn't relaxed, but I could see and I could breathe, you know. No, I back up. I couldn't breathe yet. I didn't know I couldn't breathe. Okay. And so I was looking over at that mirror, and there's this guy. I mean, it didn't dawn on me. I was so messed up, it didn't dawn on me. I was literally looking at myself. And I looked, and I thought, who the heck is that? Boy, he looks rough. And then I realized, oh, that's me. And about then, you know how when you're getting ready to pass out, how everything closes in like that? Well, that started happening. I knew what that was. I knew I hadn't been breathing. And I had to somehow or other figure out how to breathe. And my body's like this, you know, all tensed. And so somehow or other, I figured out to do something that the doctor later called sipping. Sipping, like sipping a cup of tea and what it does is it shows if you can't move your chest muscles or, you know, to take in, you know, breathe normally, you take I took my tongue and I went using my tongue as a valve.
Yeah.
And it just brought in the air and it held it there. And as soon as that air got into my bloodstream and got to where it had to go, all of a sudden it was like somebody turned a switch. My body just went limp. And I could move, you know, and I looked down at my knee and there holes there where my brand new jeans, brand new Levi's, holes burned through the knees. And I'm looking, especially the right one was the worst. I'm looking down there, I see black flesh and white bones, you know. And that took care, because I'd been thinking, I need to get him go in and lay down on the couch. See, I didn't know how bad I was hurt. And so I didn't, of course, move much. And about then, my neighbor came out from across the street and he yells out, "Hey, John, where are you?" I said, "I'm over here." He said, "You all right?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, I saw you up on the roof. What happened?" I said, "Well, I'm on the ground now. Do you need help?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "What do you need?" I said, "Call 911 and get him over here in a hurry." So he did, and they got me up to the burn care unit up at in Salt Lake, up on the University of Utah's burn, which turns out to be one of the top 2 burn care units in the country.
Oh.
And they got me in, and quite frankly, my life was saved right then and there at that point.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me. That was 13 years ago now.
Okay. Wow. Well, thanks for telling me the story. Because I didn't know about it.
Yeah, well,
That's harrowing, but you made it, and you're
yeah,
still
yeah,
here.
yeah. I
13
was
years
very,
later.
very fortunate. People, and spirit or whatever was looking out for me. Hi, kids.
Hey, Stuart's here, and he's got a
You got
couple of
apprentices,
them.
Stuart.
Got a couple
Yep.
friends there.
That's what we've been doing.
Oh,
Children
good.
play.
You teaching them how to sand?
Yeah, they've done a little sanding.
Look at that. Oh, did you build that?
Oh, cool.
Oh, my goodness. Where are you going to put the bell crate?
Great.
There,
You
yeah.
got it. He knows where it goes.
All right.
All right. Look at what
Oh, look at
there.
that one.
Oh, my goodness. Neat airplanes.
Yeah.
What color are you gonna paint them?
Green, blue.
Green?
One green and one blue.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah,
Is
but
it-
see, the red or the blue will look good with the Canadian maple leaf, but I don't know about the green.
Yellow, needs to be yellow with the leaf on it.
There you go. Yellow with the maple leaf. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna put yellow stripes on the wings.
Mm.
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. And you know how to fly them yet?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun.
idea. We're gonna get them up in the air and use a rope to swing them around.
You are gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
So what's your names, boys?
Evan,
Who wants to know your name? He forgets.
You can forget your name.
Yeah.
Is it Fancy?
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better than Fancy Dan. What's the other one's name?
Evan and Lucas.
Kevin and Lucas.
Yeah.
All right, look at there. He's got his flipper going. Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
They're 6. They're twins.
Are they now?
Who's
Yeah.
older?
Are they? I only see one of them at a time, so I can't tell if they're identical or
No, they're
fraternal.
not identical. They don't.
They're fraternal. Okay.
Who's the older one?
Who's the oldest? Who's the oldest?
they're
between
not
you two?
identical.
Yeah, but who's
Yeah,
older?
you're non-identical twins.
You didn't come out at the same time. Which one's older?
One of you is older, though,
No.
by maybe a minute or two. You're being silly.
What?
Look at that. You're being silly. So you got motors for those airplanes yet?
Lucas, come on, settle down.
You got motors?
I think it's time to go watch the rest of the hockey game.
Yeah, let them see a little blood and guts and gore. Yeah.
We'll see you later. That's why we check in.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry.
I don't think we've ever been on a Zoom meeting before.
Well, I'm sorry. I
Probably
kinda
not.
wound them up a little bit too.
Okay, we'll see ya.
Okay, take care.
Okay.
Have fun, Stuart.
Bye. Little kids are so much fun. That's why I love doing Santa Claus during Christmas season. Yeah. Did you find that post on the
Stunt
Ken
Hangar.
Culbertson's post yet? Steve,
What?
did you find Ken Culbertson's post with the twin engine canard?
No, I didn't find it. I was looking, but I didn't see it.
Well, you got to go. Let me see. I'll get you the right information. Let's see. I want to go here, and I want to go to. Building techniques.
Okay.
And then end game 4 build. It's right at the top.
Oh,
And you click on that. Then you
yeah,
get
I
to
saw this, but I didn't see the.
now look, go down to the latest
Oh, there it
pictures.
is. Okay.
Now tell me, does that not remind you of a hammerhead shark?
Yes, it does. I'm looking at it now.
I think you ought to call it the hammerhead shark, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Now, who is this that built it?
Ken
Culbertson?
Culbertson. He's a guy about our age. He was flying stunt in the 60s, 70s, and then he, like most of us, took some time off.
Yeah.
Now he's come back. This is I think the 33rd. No, that's not. Anyway, he's built quite a few airplanes, stunt ships in his time, and he's kept track and numbered them all. So yeah, I'll try to get down here.
Did the thing exotherm.
Not a twin though.
Yeah, it's a twin. Go all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, I got to go further. Okay.
There's 2 pages there.
Ah, so where is he? What part of the country?
Well, that's where I'm trying to remember. I think he was West Coast at the beginning when he's a kid, but I don't think he's in the West Coast now.
He doesn't. I guess he doesn't go to the net. I have not.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, now I see the twin.
You see what I mean there? It's red and
Yeah.
white. In the middle picture there, you can see that it's definitely a twin.
Yep.
Or not middle, well, the middle 2 pictures. But that bottom one and the top one with that canard in the front,
Hmm.
it sure does look like a hammerhead shark to me.
Yeah. So does the prior one that's not a twin.
Yeah. But he felt that the prior one, the single engine one, that the canard was vectoring the thrust and anyway he did. So he figured with the increased prop distance and the separation of the props, he mentions it in these couple posts here,
Hmm.
but that you get the airflow over the airfoil, and you have the canard out in undisturbed air.
Yeah.
And that's what he's wanting to find out about.
So does that canard, does that move or no?
Oh yeah,
Oh, it actually
yeah.
moves.
yeah. If you notice, he's got a canard in front, flaps in the middle, and the elevator in the back.
Speaking of aerodynamics, I just watched a video today, and I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but there's a guy on YouTube. He bet a professor $10,000 that his car would go faster than the wind, driven by the wind. He's got a car with a post on it with a big propeller on it that drives the rear wheels. And if the wind blows 20 miles an hour, his car will go 25 miles an hour. Faster,
Oh really?
Yep, faster than the wind. And the professor lost.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh.
have you seen those racing sailboats they're racing nowadays down in New Zealand? Hydrofoils on them.
Oh yeah, with
They
a
lift,
big sail on it, big scoop sail, or the wings on them.
they don't have wings. They've got a high aspect ratio sail on them, but the hydrofoils lift them clear out of the water, so there's hardly any drag on them at all, and they'll go faster than the wind.
Hmm.
You know, we're talking about 40, 45 knots on sail power. But you got to be careful in turning them, because with the hydrofoils, it might dip one of the hulls down, and boy, you slow down in a hurry when that hull hits
You
you.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Bobby coming in.
There's Bob.
Uncle Bubba.
Yeah.
There's Bob.
Say hi, Bob.
Welcome, Bob.
Welcome.
You guys on TV, and thought I'd come on and make a comment. And you and I, John, know each other long enough. You could take this the right way.
Yeah.
About your story about the roof and the
Yeah.
you were flying electric pretty early.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just trying to
man.
charge my battery, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, and the thing is, I can guarantee that when you charge your battery, you do create heat
Yeah.
Hmm.
If
Yeah,
the shot was there, I'd take it, you know.
yeah, it was there. I left it wide open, didn't I? But there's interesting things that came out of that. Is it took me 6 months in the hospital or under medical care before they were 3 months in the hospital and 3 months in a care center,
Wow.
and with all kinds of PT and stuff like that going on. And they had me on some pretty hefty painkiller. I finally decided I didn't want to be doing oxycodone anymore, so I
No,
weaned myself off of that stuff.
no.
And so I still get, the nerve damage. I still get pain. I have to be careful on it. But hey, I'm alive. I can hear the birds sing and see the sun rise in the morning.
There's
Yeah.
the tank, John.
Oh, look at that.
That's not the one I just made. That's one I
That's
made
the one you
today.
made, yeah.
Let me do this.
What is that, about 10 ounces?
No, 6.5.
How long is that?
Uh,
Should
six
be
and a
about
half.
six and
Six and a
six and a
half.
half inches.
Yeah. Spotlight. There we go. There it is.
Oh, it's a nice looking tank.
Mm.
1 1/10. That one belongs to Joe Daly.
Cool. Cool.
Come on now. There we go.
Oh, just a little snitch in here, Bob. I bit the bait and bought a harmonica they're just offering a few of them in the country because they're brand new. And, they're wanting to get some interest, see if they should go into full production. Oh my goodness, if the rest of them that they got, I mean, the price range is just unbelievable, and it compares with some of the very best that I've ever heard.
Oh,
And it is one of the best that I've played. It has such a beautiful tone. So just I feel so good about it, and I got it. They discounted it way down. I mean, to like 1/4 of what they're going to be charging for it, because they want, they're looking for what I have to say about it.
right. They're beta testing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna soak it in wine and shave the bridge.
Soak it in what?
Wine.
In wine?
Yeah,
Wine.
they soak them in wine and raise the bridge, and then file the bridge off so that they bend. With the note will bend better.
Oh, I see. So the notable bed. No, oh no, I can't tell that joke. That's racist. No, I won't do it. So, Bob, are you going to fly the geezer pattern with us?
I'm thinking about it. I'll see how my back feels, my legs feel. I had those bilateral epidurals last Friday.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually feeling a little better, but it's not going to be a cure-all,
No, but the nice thing is you can sit down in a chair and fly.
Well, I'm not going to do that, but I mean, if
I
I
am.
want, I can go out and fly a flight, then sit down and rest for a while, and get up and fly a flight, which is kind of what I was doing last year. I was flying like 2 or 3 flights to Robbie's 8, so.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my problem is when I get to the overhead, I'll fall over.
I don't have a problem overhead. It's surprising. I don't have a problem overhead.
I
I
did.
just get
That's
fatigued
what yeah. That's what
standing up.
mine is. So the chair for me is a solution.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I might try it. We'll see. See how it goes. I'm not gonna make a plan yet.
well, the thing is, as long as you've been in it, and as much of a part of your life as it's been throughout your life, it's a shame to have to give it up. And when somebody comes up with a good plan like Dennis did there, with a new pattern.
Well, I'd be doing that more to support Dennis's idea than to do it as something ongoing. For me.
Well, yeah, but you're still flying, and that's way I look at it.
I can still fly the regular pattern. That's not a problem. But
Oh,
I get pain, you know, so.
Yeah. Well,
You
I
just-
fall over, so I
Oh,
can't
there-
fly the regular pattern.
You just
I
can't
know
stand out there all day, right?
What's that?
You just can't stand out there all day.
Now, as soon as I finish flying, well, Robbie's been good. You know, he'll come out and I'll land right by the flight box. He'll come out and get the handle, so I can just put an airplane right behind the flight box. And then, you know, he does all the walking,
Oh, that's good of him.
and that helps a lot. And
He's,
then I just
he's earning his inheritance.
he's already his inheritance. Yeah, that's funny.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, good flyer. Well, he's flying like I've never seen him fly before. You know, he loved that little test bed twin that.
He's got a good airplane to fly.
Oh man, it did fly good. And so we'll see. I mean, I can go out and fly a flight, but even when I rest up, I get out about 2/3 of the way through the flight. You know, it's hard for me to concentrate because I'm in such pain.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I land, I got to just kind of like kneel down or bend over so I get enough strength to get off the field. You know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, I hope so. I was feeling bad because I was figuring I was going to have to quit totally too. But now I can see an opening where I can continue to fly and have fun. You know, I mean, I could go and watch and have fun, but I wouldn't have as much fun as if I was actually flying. You know what I mean?
But you know that guy that helped you on the top of the roof?
Yeah.
Well, he's helped me get through this too. So.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I have no problem. I've
Some
done
people-
my whole life, and I have no complaints, and I'm not bitter about this at all. It's been great, and I'll continue to do what I can do to help out, or write a little bit, or reminisce, or
Yeah.
pay tribute to some of my heroes, which is important to me.
Yeah,
And,
I like
and
your
that's
article.
something-
I
that's
like
all-
what you've been putting on Facebook. Interesting articles,
Yeah, I
the
enjoy
little
it.
short ones you're doing.
I
Well,
enjoy it.
Bob, you're that kind of a person, and I know where you're coming from. I think most of us know where you're coming from, and you are a true believer. So
Oh, yeah, no question about that. I'm very blessed. So you guys don't have to worry about me. I mean, won't feel sorry for me or anything else because, John, well, you can't fly either, but you're still involved.
yeah.
There you
But
go.
I'd like to be more involved.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to get upset if you can't.
No, well, you're right. You're absolutely right on that. Yeah,
I mean, everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
you got that right.
And, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with it. There's other
Yeah.
things, I'm moving on to doing other things.
My old roommate, the guy that was renting a room from me, he just died last week.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah, he had a rough life. He was, and like you say, middle, beginning, and the end. And unfortunately, he didn't have the blessing of knowing the guy upstairs very well. But I think he's in a better place. I think he's gonna finally get some help. Yeah.
well, anyway. So other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how'd you like the play?
Where'd you hear that?
That's all.
Is it? I heard a joke the other day that woman calls the dentist and asks the dentist, "What do you charge for an extraction of an impacted wisdom tooth?" And he says, "Oh, that's about $400." She said, "Oh, that's more than I can afford. Can you do anything to make it? What if you do it without any painkiller?" He said, "That'd be terrible pain." She says, "I know, but how much so I could do that for $100." Well, she says, "Well, that's good too, but it's still a little more than I want to pay. What about if?" And she went through a whole bunch of stuff, until she finally, painful stuff, until she finally got it down where he said he could do it for $10. She says, "All right, I'll send my husband in tomorrow morning." I blew. You got it finally. took a while.
Yeah. Hey, look who's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, Bob.
How you
Right.
doing? You feeling good?
Yeah, better every day.
You look good.
Yeah.
Started my
Outstanding.
physio on last Tuesday. That went really well. And the stress test the week before, if I'd have pushed it another minute, which wasn't necessary, I could have passed the Transport Canada minimum requirement.
Cool.
So maybe in another 4 months, when the time's up, I'll be able to get licenses back, I hope.
Oh, I hope so too for you. I know how much you love flying.
We
But
were just discussing how
I'm
hard
finally
it is to
feeling
get
up to
things.
working in my workshop. So I spent about 5 or 6 hours down here yesterday laying out parts and stuff and digging out materials, doing up a couple of Acromaster kits from scratch to have a little smaller airplanes to fly. I'm just throwing in
There you
15s on
go.
them because I got a drawer full of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going well, and got my truck out of the body shop today because while I was laid up here, some idiot speeding down the street on the ice slammed into my truck. That was $6,000 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Fortunately, he stayed on the scene, so we are able to get that sorted. But what a pain in the butt!
Yeah, I
He
was gonna
just
ask
missed
you-
my turbo Jetta by about 6 inches too.
Oh geez. I was gonna ask you if he was a guest of the king at the local penitentiary.
Nah, he's just he said he was caught in the ruts. Well, the ruts were right down the middle of the street. He was caught in them. He wouldn't have hit anything.
Yeah.
He was going like a bat out of hell. I know that because he was just driving a little wee Kia station wagon,
Yeah.
and I've got a 2500 HD Sierra extended cab, 4-wheel drive that's
Just a
full of
little
crap,
one.
and he
Just a
moved
little
it
one.
a foot or two.
Wow.
Oh geez.
So anyway, we really didn't need that, but that's life. So it looks like they did a good job on it. So it's at home now. They're all ready for the next guy to hit it.
What an optimist.
Can you get
Cheer
it
up,
into the
cheer up,
backyard?
your old saying is cheer up, things can always get worse. So he cheered up, and sure enough, they got worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, to whine a bit more, the day I got home from the hospital was New Year's Day. It was 30 below, and our furnace went out.
Oh no.
So we had to get a new furnace put in. So the guys just piled all the stuff out of the way that it was. Like, I've got so much crap in my basement that right now I wasn't able to move anything out of the way because I had no strength. So I'm just finally starting to get it sorted out enough that I've got a corner to work in now for models.
See,
But you got to make the best of it. Something that cheered me up a bunch was getting my calendar. So thank you much.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I was wondering if you got it.
You got the money, did you?
Yeah.
Good.
Hey,
I
Steve,
never trust post offices.
I can't figure that part thing out. You click on it and it opens up in Word, but you can't, it doesn't have for part permit. It has for selling alcohol and
Yeah, it's and I asked him again about it. I asked Whitney about it. It's like the application for using the facility, like you were going to rent the pavilion or something.
right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna see if I catch up with Fred, see what he knows.
Tell them they better get it together. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not a an annual flying permit application.
Right.
It's an application for an event. Yeah, it's stupid. That they went over a year and a half doing nothing, and now all of a sudden they're going off half. You know what?
I gather that's AMA or something you're talking about.
County Parks Department.
It's
Oh,
our
yeah.
park department that our taxes should pay for.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're having wars with our RC club for a field. Lost 2 of them in 3 years and thought we had another one, but of course all the NIMBYs, not my backyard types,
mhm.
got together at the county and shut down another application.
Oh man.
They're gonna find they're gonna make less money this way than they did with Glisma.
Yeah, I think so. It's a long story. I I don't know if anybody wants. Wish Dan McEntee would get on here and tell it.
You like
Maybe
him
it
the
worked.
way he talks about things like that, huh?
Oh man.
He get wound up.
Oh yeah. He
Hell
get
yeah.
wound up more than Sparky.
Maybe
Well,
it'll
I'm
end up
kind
you
of
won't have
wound
to pay
up a
anything.
bit about Mac right now. I just got the magazine, and I think I'll have to get around to renewing and send them a bitch letter. They did a big history, 75 years of Mac, blah, 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 a 2-page article about how, the sun rises and sets on them. And they talked a little bit about free flight, a whole crap load of RC, and not one word of control line, even though for 30 years that was the mainstay.
What was that? What art? What?
Model Aircraft Association of Canada, they had an
Oh,
article about the 75th anniversary that we're in,
okay.
and just praising the crap out of all the stuff for RC. Not one word about control line.
Well, pretty much like AMA,
Exactly, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
unfortunately.
On the plus side, they didn't talk about drones much.
Yeah, I think AMA has soured on drones a bit too.
I had the opportunity at the Las Vegas meet, the first one I went to a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I guess now. And there was a fellow there who was he was from California, and he's one of the, what do they call, the regional, he wrote an article under the various regions,
District VP.
Yeah, and he was RC, and he'd never been to a control line contest, and he went to this one because it was big and it was in his area, and so he decided to go. Well, we got talking, and we talked about design and that, and doing other things, and when we were done, he said, I never realized that control line really is as, or can be, as technical as it is. I said, yeah. I said, y'all think of it as a rock on a string. He says, well, that's true, but he says, we've never been exposed to it. We don't know.
But as Sparky will tell you, a light rock will fly better than a heavy rock.
Oh yeah, and it only gets 6 ounces of paint.
That's right. 6 ounces of 1 quart of dope. That's all you get.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I can't bitch about the RC club I'm with. On the fields we did have, they keep an area nicely mowed for a couple of circles for Paul and I for flying control line out there too when we
Well, what can you ask
were out and about.
more for?
That's nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a RC club here in St. Louis County that we're some of us are checking out because of this whole county park business going on. So, and they were anxious to have us join up. And they got a spot, and they'd make it better. They're going to mow it and roll it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Panoka, about 90 miles south of here, they've
Ooh,
got a
90
really nice
miles.
RC field there, and it's on the Order of the Moose's property, so they don't have any hassle. But they had a whole area that was all fenced off, not being used for anything. So they keep that mode for control line guys, and a bunch of the guys in the RC club are starting to embrace control line more and more.
Yeah.
And-
All right.
That's happening a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were nice enough to host us last year for our one and only reunion for the Edmonton Birds of a Tether, which was a really big club in the 60s and 70s. And so we had one heck of a nice get together. There's guys I hadn't seen in just about 50 years. Some of us brought extra airplanes and just laid them out, and whoever wanted to fly, grab a handle, go for it.
Yeah. That's a clever name, Birds of a Tether.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
And our
Oh, we got all
symbol was
kinds.
a vulture with a barbed wire leash around its neck.
Oh, we got all kinds of people coming in now. Mark Gerber made it. Bill made it.
Yeah, it was a challenge tonight. I don't know why, but it was.
Hey, Phil.
Howdy,
Hey,
howdy.
Phil.
How is everybody?
Hey, you getting any
Good.
painting done?
No, but I'm not in town. I'm not at home.
Oh, that's why the
I'm in southern
background's
Georgia.
different.
What?
I'm in southern Georgia.
Oh,
Southern
I say that's an
Georgia.
interesting trim scheme on that airplane on the wall behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that something? No,
Is that
we're
a
not
flying
here.
wing?
Do what?
The T-square.
It's a T-square. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. No, we Vic and I are on our 50th anniversary trip. One of them. The real trip is Alaska in June, but we're down here. Just wanted to get away. We just wanted to get away. We decided to come down for the weekend and look at some lighthouses. We saw 2 pretty ones today.
well, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what we can see tomorrow and just keep looking. Just try to have some fun.
Well, be sure and get a bag of boiled peanuts for me, okay?
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
God.
Is that a big thing there?
No, they're like boogers.
Oh, no.
I used to work with a guy that would take those things. It's a whole peanut now, and they just boil them. He'd take the whole peanut, put it in his mouth, and eat it.
Oh,
No,
They're soft.
I don't care. I have to agree with Sparky.
Like eating a bag of boogers, huh?
Eating boogers.
It just didn't taste right to me. I said, no, I don't believe I need to do this again.
You
Not-
get hooked
not-
on those darn things.
You can. I know a lot of people who have, but I just am not one of them.
not like the peanuts at Texas Roadhouse, huh?
No. Well, it's those peanuts just boiled.
Yeah, the same peanuts. Yeah.
Yeah, just boiled. I just can't eat it. I just can't handle it like that.
They're half digested already. That's
I
the
don't
thing.
eat nothing. Whether it's oysters at the beach or the peanuts or whatever. I don't eat nothing that goes down faster than I can swallow it.
You don't eat gas station sushi?
No,
Oh, gas station
No.
sushi.
I'm crazy, Sparky, but I ain't stupid.
That comes out faster than you can swallow it.
This is true. This is true. Lord have mercy.
It comes
What's
out so
Mark?
fast you got to open your mouth so you don't suck your brain down there.
Yeah. So
Well,
what's
I'm telling
Mark Gerber been up to? Still not building on the Bearcat?
No, I'm scrambling to get ready for VSC. I'm leaving next Thursday, so I'm
Oh, okay.
got less than a week to go here.
how's it coming, Mark? You about to get it patched up?
Yeah, I just put the clear on it.
Good deal.
I'm not.
You know, guys, building these little 15 size planes, it's a bit different. Do a whole set of ribs out of scrap bin.
Marky, I'm not turned on for sharing.
Yeah, you are.
I'm looking forward to you. I'm looking forward to you building that big 60 size airplane. Sea Fury.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, that'll be a
there you
while.
go.
Maybe I'll get started on next winter.
Hey, I had one of those.
A T-Bird 2.
This is my
Yep.
23-year-old T-Bird. And I think I mentioned that last October I got it out and put a Tom Life 46 in it, and it was flying really well. And then I noticed, Bob Palmer had signed it for me as well.
Cool.
And then I noticed I had this crack on the underside of the sheeting all the way through.
Oh,
So I hung it back up last October, and after Christmas, I started getting ready to go to VSC. And after I finished building the Bearcat and getting ready to put a finish on it, I switched over to this. So I stripped it down and used CA and put carbon fiber fabric over top of the cracks to help reinforce them a little bit. And here's what it looked like this evening. I got the
well, that looks darn good, except it's
resprayed the red. I was pleased with it. It
Like it
doesn't quite
never
match.
even like it never even happened.
It doesn't quite match, but it's pretty doggone close.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody gets close enough to your airplane and looks at it that close to see the mismatch, they better be ready to buy it.
And then I think I mentioned I put a weight box on the outer wing tip. So here it is after it's all sealed up.
All
So
right.
Good deal.
And then I had the canopy was separating from the fuselage back here. So I had to reseat that, some CA, and then fill in the rounded thing and refinish it. So it's about ready to go. I just got it tomorrow. I can take the tape off and start putting the motor back in it and landing gear on it. Should
Are
be
you gonna
ready to
have
go.
You gonna have a chance to fly it before you leave?
I doubt it. The weather's supposed to be pretty good on Sunday, but
You know, the best part about having airplanes that had cracks or accidents or whatever, you had to fix them, and they're not just absolutely perfect. You know, the best part about that? You can fly them like you stole them. You don't have to worry about putting a ding them in.
Mhm.
I didn't get to see the wingtip on it, but has that got the over under lead outs on it, or did you make them side by side?
no, they're side by side and adjustable.
Okay.
Yeah, Phil, you were saying about a 60 size airplane? Not
The-
quite.
Oh Lord, 76.
Yep, just got the muffler about a month ago. That was a Christmas present to myself. And true turn spinners. I got a couple of uncut ones before they shut down. Whole bag full of different Venturis and stuff. So I've
Okay.
got pretty much everything to do that airplane with now. It's just a case of get a bunch of other ones out of the way and make the time for it.
Don't forget me when you do those plans. I'm gonna get a set of those. I want to get a set of those plans. That's a beautiful airplane.
Yeah. I got to make up the templates for the ribs and stuff out of the kit. But,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a pretty good deal on this jet, so I couldn't pass it up. And when I've been talking to Al, he said that's the engine to run. So okay, he was the master.
That's the engine to run in that. It's that's
What
what Al
plane
went
is
to
that?
about all the big stuff. If it wasn't a 4-stroke, it was 76. He went with a 76, and he went with the Dub Jet motor. I've forgotten what they called it. It wasn't 76, 77.
78.
Well, this is the Dub Jet motor. It's 76.
The road jet.
76. Okay, that's it then. That's the one he was running.
Yeah.
What plane are you building? Are you gonna put it up?
Well, not yet, but eventually my dream airplane, El Raby's Sea Fury.
Oh, that's a beautiful airplane. Oh yeah, yeah.
Since I first saw that article back, what was it, 1973 model
Yeah,
airplane?
something like that.
I've just salivated for that plane, and so
Well, you ain't alone. Do you have the Canopy yet?
the Canopy, no, I'm not too worried about that. If I need to make one, I will.
Park Flyer Plastics in Texas
Yeah.
has it.
Have you seen John Callentine's?
Yeah, what are you doing about plans?
That's gorgeous.
What was that?
Go ahead, Bob.
John did his electric, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not heard how it flew, but I've seen pictures of it at the field. But I never heard anything about how it flew.
He doesn't like to fly it.
Oh, okay.
It's a beast.
Oh,
It's a big and heavy. I mean,
Well,
he'll do
it is
the
a
pattern
big
just
airplane.
fine, but he doesn't like to fly it all that much.
Well, I'd originally picked up a Sato 91, which Al had on his critical mass. And I thought, oh, okay. And then when I was talking to him, he said, for God's sakes, don't run that. It's that airplane was a pig. He said it was one of his worst flying airplanes. It's too heavy, too much pull.
What are you
100
doing?
ounces.
What are you doing for plans?
Oh, they came with the kit.
Oh, you got a kit.
The short kit.
Who cut that?
Walt Umland. I think I got one of the last kits he ever made before he moved. It's too bad he's not doing anything.
He was on what, last Monday?
Yeah.
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 He's actually looking pretty good.
Just be
Good.
sure before you build that thing, you trace all the parts and the ribs inside and out, because I did the Bearcat, but I forgot to trace where the rods go in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Big mistake. Big mistake. Trace everything, all the lightning holes, everything. Trace everything on your plans, and then print copies of the whole thing. Then somebody else can build one of them. But just by the plans, you can't build that plane just from plans.
Nope, you can't. Another, anybody heard anything from RSM? If there
No,
any word on them or anything?
no. I tried to get in touch with them and find out something, and all I heard is right now they're in limbo. That's the word I got. They're in limbo.
I don't
Because
know
I'm
where-
still looking for plans for a belfry bound, but they were the only place that had them that I could find.
I tell you what, I just happen to have a set, but they're in pieces. I'll try to put those together and get you a set of plans to the belfry bound.
Oh, that'd be great.
I do have a full set of plans to it. And
I've got brand new, well, virtually brand new. It might have 10 minutes running on it. Sparker 60 to put in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it needs a heavy motor, so I'm gonna put a Merco 61 in mine.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Carl Shupp's?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's what got me wanting one.
At Tucson one year, it got so windy in the last round, it was only 5 of us flew. And it was Billy and me and Bob Whiteley and somebody else and Carl. And at that point, Carl was still recovering from his motorcycle crash, and he was in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And he went out by himself in the center of the circle in about a 25-mile-an-hour wind and flew that belfry bound through a pattern. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Turning
It
the
was.
wheelchair by himself, pretty impressive.
Well, he was a pretty impressive guy, honestly.
I liked him. He was a good guy.
I remember you
he was
tried
a
to
good
talk
fellow.
him out of it, Bob, and you
What's
didn't
that?
succeed. You tried to talk him out of flying, and you
Yeah,
didn't
I
succeed.
don't remember doing that, but I don't want to see him hurt the airplane, maybe.
I just remember you said, "Well, Carter, you got to do what you got to do." And
Did you get any pictures
you
of
went
it?
out.
Oh,
And,
He proved us all wrong, didn't he?
You remember?
He didn't win, but to my way of thinking, that was a win. To go out and fly in that wind.
did you get any
Remember how you
pictures
used
of
to
him
put-
doing it, Bob?
I wish I had. I was too busy being in awe.
I think there's a picture in Stunt News of him doing it though.
Yeah.
Remember when he put tennis balls on all the sharp points?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw
He was a
pictures of that.
character. He died too young.
He did.
Too young.
Yeah, anybody I've ever talked to that's seen a belfry bound fly has nothing but praise for him.
Oh, great airplane.
Yeah. Far better than you think it would be.
Everybody else does, an All-American or whatever. I mean, you look at the
Humongous,
Old-timer
Ray
field.
Jameson, yeah. Mhm.
Maybe a big job.
Yep.
There's several really good old timers. There's about 5 that are just in a class by themselves.
The one I
Got a
was
Viking if I
the
ever
one
get
I was
around.
like was
finishing it.
Reinhardt's 50s international winner. I always like that. Lou Olgast had a really nice version of that. Flew great.
Yeah. I like your little, what was that? That little
Frisky
Frisky
Pete.
Pete.
Sweet Pea. Yeah.
Frisky Pete.
Frisky Pete. There you go.
Never did. I never have found
Jim Lee had.
plans to that darn thing.
Is that the same airplane Jim Lee had, Bob?
Jim Lee.
You had a red one,
Don't.
elliptical wing.
Oh no, that was John Davis's Hummingbird, or actually Charles Mackey's Hummingbird.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was a
That's
neat
the
airplane.
Hummingbird. It's another fairly obscure airplane.
The Frisky Pete's full body kind of.
Yeah, like a minnow, like a cosmic wind looking kind of thing.
I think the one you had was green, wasn't it?
Mine was orange and blue.
Yeah.
Hershey
Okay.
bar wing, right?
Huh?
Hershey bar wing.
Yeah, it was constant cord.
Yeah, it had a Hershey bar wing, and I finished it. I built it in a week,
Yeah.
and I finished it and went over to forgot where I shot the Clear, a friend's house. We shot the Imran on it, and I put it in a box to take on the airliner, and I swear I could smell the Imran in the airplane. Can't take off. I was scared to death.
What amazes me is how well some of those look to fly with those thin airfoils and those sharp leading edges.
Well, they fly good, but like I say, they glide like a set of keys.
Bob could solid fly that thing. I'll tell you that.
It was a good airplane. Had a
You won
12
with that,
propellers.
didn't you, Bob?
Huh?
You won with that, didn't you?
Well, I didn't win, but I won the first round. On the second flight of the airplane, I won the first round at VSC. And then I ended up, I think, in second or third. I forgot where I ended up. I won the first round in old time at Tucson like 8 times. And then 7 of those 8 times, I forgot maneuvers in the next round.
They actually had people standing.
One year, Larry Foster and his wife or girlfriend at the time, they made up cue cards, big cue cards. And they held them up what the next maneuver was.
I got to see that. That was funny as all get out. Most
You
of
remember
them
that?
laughing our butts off. 3 loops.
I got that pachyderm award so many years in a row.
Hey, Phil, give me a call Monday, would you?
Sure.
I cannot, since I moved, I can't find that Canopy book, so you're kind of out of luck.
Oh. Well, keep looking. I'm gonna see what I can do. I got so much of it built now. I can't turn back now.
What are you looking for? A Mustang Canopy?
No.
Razorback.
Bentley's P47. Billy's P47 and the Razorback.
Can't help you there.
No. I found them. There, you can buy them, but problem is they're all too small.
Build a smaller airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't raise the bridge, lower the water.
Yeah.
Speaking of smaller airplanes, there for those 15-20 size airplanes.
Yeah.
You ought to check out the little alley that it's a Brodek kit. It's actually, I drew the plans and I actually modified Gordon's Pathfinder alley, and it's a good flyer. But I've got the PDF of that. If you'd like it, let me know.
That'd be really interesting.
It's a good stunner for a small stunner.
Actually, you've got my contact info, John. Do you want to pop it my way?
Yeah, I'll look. I'll make sure that I have it, and Bob, and I'll plop it your way.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a different experience. I've never flown a 15 size airplane.
The guys that have built this little stunner have said that it's a good little stunner, and it should be. It's basically what it is a shrunk down version of Gordon's Pathfinder LE, but I've changed the wing. The airfoil is the same, but I went to Gerke's style of faux I-beam wing on it, and it doesn't have the pipe channel on it because you're not running a 15 rear exhaust on it, so it's a slimmer fuselage. It's a nice looking little airplane, but it's a little fat because you still got to make it 2 inches wide for the tank, you know.
Right.
So it has a little bit different look, but it's a good flyer.
You can make a narrower tank.
You could, yeah, you could. You could put a bladder in it too if you wanted.
That's what I did with the first early Genesis, which was really narrow. You couldn't put it with like inside was like 1 inch and 11/16 or something inside. It was really narrow, and I had to make special long, thin tanks go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big deal making up the tank, even if I got to make new molds for pressing the end caps.
Yeah, true. Well, and all you'd have to do to make that change on the plans is just make the bulkheads a little narrower. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I'd have to do.
So it's set up for an inverted engine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks exactly like the Pathfinder LE, only smaller on the side view.
Neat.
I'll dig it up and show it to you. Hold on. I'll be back.
Bob, here's a picture of John Callentine's Sea Fury.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good looking airplane.
It sure is.
I like that funny looking thing in the foreground.
Yeah, they took I think this
Frank
was back in
McMillan's Martin Baker in the back.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Frank's in the back, and then Bob, the guy from El Paso.
Leroy Black.
No,
Oh, Bob. Can't think of his name.
he'll come to me.
Yeah.
He's
That's
the
your
one who comes.
B40, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like the funny looking one in the foreground. I've seen that plane and it's nice.
anyway, that Seafarer is the main attraction that I was looking at in this picture, and a really nice airplane. But
Yeah, he
John
did a
likes to
nice
fly his
job.
Mustang better.
There's only one thing really critical missing in that Sea Fury.
What's that?
Who's flying
Pilot?
it? There's no pilot.
You sound like Keith Trussell. He always insists on having pilots.
So, whose Sea Fury is that?
Valentine's.
It's
And it's
electric.
Oh, it's electric, but it's
Yep.
built to
Yeah.
Ravy's plan.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he actually got the plans. He somehow apparently talked to Raby and somehow got a set of them or sketches that he could draw plans from. I don't know what he did.
No, he got plans from Raby, and then I don't remember who cut the. I think it was a kit that Al had laying around, but he made up a bunch of new parts because he made it electric front end instead of a 60 size.
That was that Kyle, somebody or other, was cutting parts for him back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tankersley.
Yeah. That's a Heinkel there, that white and green one, camouflage, the German one?
Yeah, that's a Jack Cheeks design.
Okay.
Mm.
Just looking at it, I almost thought at first glance it was a little bit of a restyled Mustang 4.
I thought it was a Tony, but it does
No,
look a
it's
bit
a-
like
it's-
any one of nine.
The
Jack
guy's
Shakes
name was
Heinkel.
Robert Compton, right?
Yeah, Robert Compton. That's the name I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
pull out. Yeah, he got the Sheiks Award that year, I believe, for that airplane.
Yeah. Boy, that is a pretty hawker. I had the opportunity at the big EAA fly-in. The Hawker Sea Fury came in, and I got to climb all over that airplane, talk to the owner, looked in. It's a beautiful airplane.
You ever seen one of those that got two cockpits?
Yeah,
No,
they're pretty
I've
ugly.
seen a picture, I think, once.
Okay.
Very
Well, that's
British. Take a pretty airplane and make it ugly.
Very interesting, I'll tell you.
Anyway, there you go. So
That's
Yeah,
pretty
back when I was a kid, young teenager, driving in from the town we lived in to the city for air cadets every week, I'd have my dad or mom leave early, and we'd swing by the international airport and park beside Ward Air's hangar. Was a Hawker Sea Fury that was owned by Ormond Hayden Bailey, but I never got in to see it. But just about every week, I'd get there and just drool through the chain link fence at this thing. It just mesmerized me.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was done up in camouflage.
Well, I
Well,
found
thank
that
you.
little Lily. Do you want me to share it?
Yeah.
Should be coming up.
Oh yeah. So it's designed as an I-beam, is it?
It's a full
Sort of.
I-beam. In other words, this is the way Gerke built the Novi series. This is actually a Novi wing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see here that you have your I-beam with the top and bottom caps, real strong.
Yeah.
But it's tapered, so what you have to do is you have to set. You don't glue the cross pieces on, except right here in the center, because you have to. It's fatter here than it is here at the tip. Okay.
Yeah.
So you slip one in, and you get all the ribs in place, and then you glue
Slide the cap in.
yeah. But it's see the LE has goes a little deeper fuselage because it has a pipe tunnel here. But it's basically the LE shape. It's just it's slightly different and a lot smaller.
Yeah. The wing, it's got the appearance of bit different construction, but kind of the appearance of the Stingray.
Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of does. I know for a fact that we weren't thinking of the Stingray when he designed the LE, the big Pathfinder, and this one was basically took the Pathfinder, and I chopped the bottom off, moved the wing up a little bit. I believe no, the wing is where it always was, and I made it a tail dragger instead of a trike gear, and I used an Epler airfoil. I really like this particular Epler airfoil. And I used Gerke's wing construction. It wouldn't be hard at all to make that a true I-beamer if you wanted to. You know.
Yeah. Looks like a fine design. Yeah, I really appreciate that, John.
Okay, if I can't find your information, I think I've got it in file. But if I can't find it, I'll get it from you the next time we're here. Okay.
Yeah, or just look on Stunt Hangar and just do a PM.
Oh yeah. Okay. Be happy to do that for you.
Cool.
I got a picture here of a Novi 1 wing. It's built very similar to what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
So I'll punch that up.
Yeah, throw that up so you can see the similarities. There it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like a pretty strong spar structure.
It is.
Oh, it's very strong.
That leading edge is going to be pretty stout on that too.
Oh, that leading edge, the leading edge on the LE is done a little differently. Okay, but it's stout enough, believe me.
So it's in a lost foam system, is it?
Oh no,
Yeah,
that one is.
I built that one in lost foam just to see if I could build an I-beam wing like that in that system. I built that in 2 days.
Yep.
Wow.
On the LE, it's built just like it. Just you build a fuselage, you stick. It's just like making an I-beamer.
Well, that'll be good because I've never built an I-beamer, but I always wanted to.
Les McDonald, he built his I-beam stilettos. He built the wings outside the fuselage, just like a normal wing, and then put it in the fuselage. He didn't build the spar through the fuselage. I don't know why, but that's just how he did it. So you can do it either way.
Yeah, my Sheik's Stagger Wing Beach. Yeah, I did it that way. I built the wings outside the fuselage. It was just because I'd never built an I-beamer before then, and now that since I built a couple of them, I that's the fastest, bestest way to do it. You know.
Easy. Well, we're at 9 o'clock. We're going to end the live stream part and turn it over to the real Steve Smith, even though he's not there.
He's here somewhere.
Well, I got to be shutting down anyway. I'm still needing my beauty sleep a bit more than I'm used to.
Yeah, you
nice
better.
to see
It's
you
not
up and
helping
around.
you.
I've got a veterans organization meeting in the morning anyway. So,
Oh, wow.
okay, you guys take care.
Take care, Bob.
Rest up, Bob.
Lord.
All right, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you watching. And appreciate all the support. 100 views tonight. 26 concurrent viewers. I'm sorry we don't watch the chat more, but that's just the way it goes. I can't see it. All righty. We'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you. Okay, we're off of YouTube. I'm going to turn this over to Steve.